Alright, what you see here is a Hampton Bay Grayton ceiling fan. This is better known as the Grayton 1.5 due to it being the transition between the Grayton 1 and the Grayton 2. And they only sold this version of the Grayton 1 during the year 2001. So basically we call this the Grayton 1.5. Pretty uncommon. It's also, you can consider this fan pretty somewhat rare. It's not like rare as a chrome Zephyr, for an example, but these are pretty hard to find fans due to them being made for just 1 year. Yeah, showing up the Bleached Oak side. I think this is probably the first time anybody's ever seen one of these of the Bleached Oak side showing. I might be mistaken, but it's definitely the first video of one of the Bleached Oak blades. So I'm showing you with all the combinations, with and without the light kit with Bleached Oak blades or white blades, and basically, just so people, if they want to see it with the white kit, they can see it, and if they want to see it with the white blades or Bleached Oak blades, they can see it in the different combinations. I was supposed to get one of these fans back in the year 2001 or 2002, but by the time we went to get it, it was already discontinued. And my local Home Depot didn't have the Grayton 2, but at the same time, me and my mom didn't like the Grayton 2 that much. We actually liked the way this one looked better. And at the Home Depot that I usually film at every now and then, they actually had this Grayton on the display. I know some of them, from what I've been hearing, they still had the original Grayton on the display, and they were selling these ones, but mine actually updated it to this one. No, they didn't do that with the Littleton. They still have the 90s Littleton, even though they're selling the new ones. But yeah, they had this one on display, and we saw this one in the catalog, and that's what made us decide to get this for the kitchen at the old place. But by the time we went to get it, it was already discontinued, so we couldn't buy it. I'm not sure if this would even fit in there due to the blades hanging down a bit low and it would hit the cabinets, but it probably could have fit in there. Although it wouldn't be in that good of a shape now if we did buy one back then for the kitchen. But I like how this one looks with the Bleached Oak blades. I'm not sure if I like it more with the Bleached Oak blades compared to the white blades. This one I'm a bit iffy on because I haven't really seen this fan ever with Bleached Oak blades until now, so I'm not 100% sure. And at the same time, I've only ever really... I kind of like spindle fans like these to have white blades. That's just me, but it depends on the room, honestly. The fan is from February of 2001. Of course, it's made in 2001. And you might find one that's made in the year 2000, like late 2000, and that's it. The motor on this one is larger than the regular Grayton, so this one actually moves quite a bit of air for a Grayton. It actually moves basically just as much as the Hampton Bay Gazebo 42-inch fan that was sold in the 2000s. It's actually quite powerful for what it is. It's nothing amazing, but it's not as bad as the regular Grayton or the Littleton in performance. Quality-wise, it's probably around the same thing, but the performance of it's actually pretty good. Yeah. This is good. Looks pretty nice with the white on. And the only thing is, I like that. I like it. I feel like I might like it a little bit more with the white blade because with the white blades it looks more like a Grayton 1.5. But when I see it like this, it just makes it look more like a regular Grayton due to the blade arms. So I feel like the white blades kind of make it stand out more as like a Grayton 1.5 compared to having it with the Bleached Oak blades. That's just me though. Probably because I've never seen these with the Bleached Oak blades, so that's probably the reason why I feel that way. Shut off the lights so you can see how it lights up the room. Alright, I'll go ahead and shut off the light. Turn on the light. Oops. Box it away. Shut off the light and the fan. And now to turn on the fan, starting off on no speed. I do like that this fan actually has this wooden pull chain instead of the Hampton Bay ones. I just prefer those type of pull chains in general. See, I wouldn't mind having like the Grayton down here. If that was a flush mounted fan, I'd hang that up here. I know the Grayton 2 is able to be flush mounted. If I could flush mount the Grayton, install it down here. Well, not this one, but a used one. Honestly, if I want to have a fan down here that's a basic one, I'd rather put up something that's easy to come by, or something that's not in the best shape appearance-wise. The low profile, honestly, was a pretty good fan to have down here, but that one's just in too good of a shape that I don't want to. In case I need to use it somewhere else when I get my own place, I'd rather just keep it in good shape instead of having it in the basement where it's going to get all grimy looking and such, due to it being filthy down here. Or the ceiling's just so dusty. Also, that's why I don't use the low. If it was like one that was more beat up, dinged up, I would use it down here. But the one I had tested down here was literally one that was brand new from the box. I really don't want to use that. And the other one I have is the one I got from my clothing with the black motor, and that one's kind of one I really want to keep in good shape as well. If it was like a bit yellowed, I'd probably put it up down here and such. That's like my case with the Hunter fans. If I'm going to put up a Hunter here and use it, either if it's a coastal breeze or if it's one that's really not in the best shape or it's yellowed, if it's a white fan, that's like my standard. The Yakima Petite kind of falls in that category. It being a very common fan, so if it was to get yuckier, I don't really care too much. And also, it looks like a basement fan. But this is definitely something I don't want to keep up in the basement. And so I'm trying to get these videos done as soon as possible so I can take it down and put it straight back in the box. Because I really don't. I actually prefer to test it somewhere else, but it's really the only place I can test it. I'd rather test it in a more cleanish looking location. I love how the vents look on the video when it's spinning like that. It's on the low speed with the light on. Alright, now for medium. But in all honesty, this fan, I think like this would be pretty good for like a small kitchen or like an office or a laundry room. If you just need something that does the job, that is, or just moves a decent breeze, not something to rely on long term and such. But if you need something that just moves a gentle breeze on you, nothing extremely strong, nothing to basically just need something that moves some air around in the room, this will be a good one for that. But since this is a very uncommon fan, I don't think I'd use it too much. I'd try to preserve it as much as I can. Well, really, the only thing I'd really have to preserve on it is the motor, which is kind of the only thing I really feel can get worn out quickly if you use it over time. But it's definitely a major childhood fan. It's something I'm never selling or trading. If it was the regular Grayton, that's one thing, but if it was a used Grayton, the regular Grayton that was used, I'd sell that, but I'd rather keep both of this one in the regular version new in box, because I figure it's kind of cool to have both of them, and they're both new in box. It does move a decent breeze on medium, honestly, and I feel like the medium speed on this is literally what you'd feel on a high speed of like a Littleton. Or like a Middleton, honestly. That's like, so this fan definitely moves more than a Littleton without a question. And it's not, and obviously it's on and down, so that helps it, but a lot of people say that the high speed on the Graytons are literally the same as a Littleton on high speed, just you feel a tiny bit more air. This is what I feel on a Littleton. I've tested so many of them, so I already remember how bad they are in movement wise on high speed. And the medium speed on this is basically like what you'd feel on a high speed of the Littleton. So this one definitely does crank out some good air on high. Not a whole lot, but it's not as bad as you'd expect it to be, even especially being a Grayton. And now for high. Moves good air on high speed for 42-inch fan by Hampton Bay. It actually moves decent air for what it is in general, to be honest. This actually wouldn't be a bad fan to use in a basement. I don't think it's just one, it hangs out a little bit too well, and also it's such a unique and uncommon fan. I really wouldn't want to use it as a basement fan. If it was a common one, I'd use it down here, but it's not, so I really wouldn't want to keep it in the basement. But the air movement is actually really not bad at all. It definitely moves more air than the Incompetit, and the Incompetit does move more air than the Littleton, believe it or not. So, and Incompetit is actually somewhat decent fans, performance-wise. So this is actually more powerful than that. I'm gonna throw this in here, the air movement. No, honestly, I will be honest. It's actually kind of similar to the air movement from the low profile I tested down here about a few months back. Similar to it, I kind of will put like a 42-inch gazebo range or the 42-inch low profile. That's how I feel like I'd rate the air movement on this fan on high speed. I honestly was expecting, even though it had a larger motor, it would be basically the same as a regular Grayton or Littleton air movement. Definitely moves a lot more than Littleton, without a question. Definitely good for a small room if you just need something to move some air around. Alright, shut off the light. Now the fan. Now do spin down, and then I'll shut on reverse. That's a bit of like a whistle sound in the bearings, even bringing it out of the box. That's something I noticed that Todd and the Fan Man, he has one of these as well. His makes the same exact sound as mine, so I'm not sure if all of them do it, but I'm guessing it's a sound that a lot of them do have. We don't really know too much about it. I'm not even sure if this is made by SMC. I'd assume it is due to the blade arms, but I'm not 100% sure, honestly. The blade arms scream SMC, but it doesn't have the SMC sticker on it like the other one does. I know around this time SMC still had the SMC sticker on a lot of their products, or stuff that was made by them. But yeah, it's really not. It's a lot better than I expected it to be air movement wise. Quality obviously is not that great, but what do you expect? It is a Grayton still, but it does perform pretty good. A lot better than I expected it to, without a doubt. See, honestly, if I was to keep any fan down here long term and use, it would probably be like an SMC Laguna, and I do have one. But that one's brand new out of box. I'd rather put up a used one down here and use it permanently instead of one that's in mint condition. The low profile I had down here, but I was just testing it to see how. I did say in that video I was going to keep it long term up, but I was honestly just really wanted to test how I felt about a 42-inch fan down here. I also wanted to test to see if that one made a lot of noise on high speed if I left it on 24/7. If I can hear it all from up. Is, but that one was pretty quiet. Now for reverse slow. This one's, it has a bit of a hum to it, which is not surprising at all. Not a bad one, but I mean, at the same time the bearings haven't broken in, so it could be just from that too. Something seems to be loosening up. Seems like when the blade, the bolts that hold the blades, starting to loosen up a bit. Got for reverse medium. But it actually does move some good air in reverse down here. Being the only fan I actually feel a breeze from it on reverse now, down in the basement. So I have to wait quickly on reverse. I feel like though, if they continued doing spinner fans like this for 2000, it would have like somewhat of a design that this one has. I know in the 90s was basically like the last era that they really made spinner fans like this. The only one that really existed during the 2000s was the Grayton 2, and that's basically it. I feel like this one has more like a modernish look compared to the Grayton 2, to be honest. Well, not really a modernish look, but I just think it looks like more like a normal fan. The Grayton 2 looks a bit funny. And I don't dislike the Grayton 2 like a lot of other collectors do. I like them, but I mean, they show up so much, I kind of pass them up often. Or most of the time, I find them on like selling apps and they don't have to like load. Alright. Shut off the fan and light, and that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.